Day 20. I'm with you today for leadership moment and wood burning techniques. Didn't want to stop, just wanted to keep playing along, and that was brought to you by the YouTube audio library to keep us copyright friendly online, and so that our recordings don't get rejected and we don't go into either YouTube or Facebook jail. Welcome everyone. I really enjoy this time, and it's getting me to think harder. No, think smarter, not harder. And I was thinking about that this morning while I was preparing, and I thought, gee, when I started out with this, that, the other thing, and then I realized, I think it was yesterday or day before, that the one project that I brought to you was actually comprised of 3 or 4 different techniques. And I went, oh, I don't think everybody knows this. And it's the same thing as leadership. There's a story to the leadership, which I was reminded by this morning with one of my mentors. I thought, yeah, stories are really good because there's this marketing strategy, right? It goes something like, I think it's story, hook, offer. So any of you that are marketing geeks, you might appreciate this. And those that don't know, well, really, it's the hook that comes first, and the hook today is my plan and the topic, got your interest. And the second part is the story that I'll deliver, and then a bit of teaching, not much, and then the wrap-up with summary, right? We usually do a sale, but I'm not doing that to you today. I am here to add value because I've got fluffier. I'm here to add value in some way, to bring a creative zest to your day, if it's just for a few minutes to take that moment for yourself. So we're on day 20, and I was reading from the 15 Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. I do a little reading every morning, and Gandhi said, and he says this, John has wrote about it on page 169. He says, the difference is the gap between good and great. And what closes the gap is our willingness to stretch. And this is so, so true in terms of my own creativity. For years and years, like I said, I as an artist, I did things according to what expectations of everybody else's and their desire about what art was and their creativity, and asked for feedback from unqualified viewers, those who have never practiced the art form at all. And that's important in anything. So this is the law of the rubber band. And you ever see a rubber band? I couldn't find one. But when it's brand new, it takes a lot to stretch, and like, here's a good idea. It's a hair tie, it's a rubber band. But when I first got this, it was like so tight I would get it like twice around my hair. Now it's been used a lot. And this is the thing with our creativity. The idea is brand new, and it's gonna be tough to try it and do it and learn and experience through it. Say about the 3rd time we're like, okay, I think I got this. We're exercising our creative mindset. We're expanding and loosening up, and before you know it, all of a sudden all these creative thoughts come into just, have you ever had that? Where one day you were just in the creative zone and just boom, there was too many ideas to focus on. I have to go and write them down. I get so excited. Just talking about this creative expansion gets me all fired up and excited. And that's what I thought with woodworking. The problem is when we have these possibilities and they come in so fast and so quick, we write them down. But we don't see them as possibilities for us. We may see one and get down the list. The trick to all of this that I've discovered is following possibilities by beating the mindset that recites limits on your time, your dollars, your availability. Instead, replacing it, let's see where this goes. Oh, I don't have any time. Well, let's see where this goes. Be free, be open-minded. How much would it hurt? You've got 10 minutes today. What about availability? I can't do that. I've got so much on my list already. What would happen if I made time for that? Oh, and there's too much noise and racket going on. What if I could tune down some of that noise and racket and maybe listen to the recording downstairs? There has been a time when I was in a room and I actually went to the closet. And there's another time when I went to the bathroom just to listen to my mentor talk on a recording about some specific thing. So the answer to that mindset, that thinking that comes in, says, oh, I'm not good. No. Excuse me? Knocking on your own thinking, waking yourself up and going, no. Excuse me? So my example I had just the other day as a author and writer, artist. This is why I call myself an art educator more than anything else, but a transformational art educator, transformational speaker, is because I use the arts to envelope and connect with people. Because when we're thinking, we're feeling real creative, we don't have to worry about the things that are flooding our mind and of course the mindset that goes with that, right? So my example was, I get a call the other day. I am not kidding. Last week I had a call from a multimedia agency, and they're huge. They have 200 hosts on their staff. They're known American-wide. They have 5 US channels. And they called me and left a message and noted, after I did a reading with CBC Books, they knew my work. They looked at it and they gave me a call and left a message. I am not kidding. And I was like, the first response was, this is a scam. This isn't a real call. And then I realized, oh my God, this is for me. And would I be interested in hosting a series over a 13-week period? Wow. I had to take a minute. And the immediate response that I had when I let that sit was excitement. And then fear. My heart started to pump, anxiety. The message said, the lady that sent the message on the phone said, she would like me, if I would like to, further my work. Further my work. Somebody heard me! And then it started. Oh my God, I'm not going to have enough material. And in response to that, I have a response. As well as, I'm an imposter. I can't do this. I'm an imposter. And then I went, okay, stop. Stop. I'm going to, through my own experience, I'm going to give you some tips. 2 tips to that voice inside that almost prevented me, kept me in my comfort zone. What I did to alleviate that stress. And that is, when I heard, I don't have enough material and I'm an imposter, I want to say to you that I needed to resolve that mindset. And I learned this from a mentor. And one of the things is that fact? Is that a fact that you don't have enough material? No, it's not a fact. I asked myself. And I responded with, hey, I've got 10, 15 licenses that I can interchange and use leadership, because that's what she's looking for, and or the art. I can combine them. And what about all those years that I spent teaching on the school in front of students? And what about now? 5 years I've had in building business plans. What? Yes. How about I'm an imposter? Someone who's pretending to be where she's at. And I went, oh, that just about did it. This shame. And I went, hey, just a minute. Is that true? Barbara, is that true? And I went, no, I am not an imposter. I have business partners, John Maxwell, Paul Martinelli. I know, because I just got off a call. Every day this week I'm on a call for my self-development and growth. And I'll tell you some of the things, the one thing that my mentors say is do it. Just get out of your comfort zone and do it. And I went, no, that's true. The fear was related to the do. It had nothing to do with being an imposter. So I said, there's nothing about that. Get to it. Phone, do it. So I phoned back and she wasn't available. So please leave a message. I left the message. She called me. I got interviewed. 5 questions. I'd never felt so confident in my whole life. I went boom, boom, boom. She called me an hour later. So I got to say this to you. And I want to share this with you. It's you got to ask that negative voice. Is this true? And focus on the answer. You'll come up with all kinds of, say no it's not, and then replace it with the actuality of what's going on. Proof. The thing about the imposter and not being good enough, I was still in my comfort zone. This is like medicine for the soul. List your strongest ability in relationship to the negative response. Material. I responded A with material. As into the imposter part of it, I went, I am not. I am practicing what I am learning every day, and it hasn't been comfortable. So the law of the rubber band is what I just showed you. The more you practice it, the creativity, your confidence, it'll brew. And I'm telling you, when you're in that confidence zone, when you're in the zone, it is so productive. It doesn't matter what everybody thinks, because that's not what it's about. It's about your message. Do it. Whatever you're doing, do it. Just skip the voices. Just do it. So that's me on the law of the rubber band, and I hope you enjoyed that. We are going to go to moving into the wood burning part of it. If you have any questions about that, you can always drop them in the feed. I see the comments and the visitors here, and I'm really honored that you joined me today. Now the wood burning, I thought about it, and it is a really neat project. And it is a great project, not just for one person, but it could be a family-oriented project. And it's a great way to teach about safety and environment and confidence. And it's a different kind of art form. Now, I'm going to say to you that this wood burning is going to be over a 4-day period. It's 4 parts because there's a lot of information. And this way, if you have any questions, you can drop them down in the feed. Give me a thumbs up when you get it. If you don't, then that's the time to get a comment, right? And I'm there. I am here to serve you and answer your questions, but I can't answer them if you don't ask. Okay, so wood burning. The first thing I did was I get my tools ready, and I need a pattern. Those of you who like to draw, you can take your drawing, and I needed to do this quick like, so I printed one off, public domain free. Yeah, it's important you do public domain free. When they say free, it's free. This is an educational purpose. I'm not going to sell this, so I've outlined this with charcoal pencil. I love charcoal pencil, but if you don't have charcoal pencil, you can always use pencil. And trace the lines thick. And the other thing will be, I'm going to pop you down over here to look at my pattern. I'm going to show you an example, because some of you are going to say, I've never wood burned before. That's okay, you can practice. I've got popsicle sticks. I'll show you in a sec here. Okay, I'm going to bring you down to the cam. Okay. What I did, first of all, was warmed up. And you can see the popsicle stick. That's the first one I warmed up on. It's not the greatest, but they are good for giveaways. You could think of this as like done in 5 minutes of that. Penciled out the design. It didn't go well for me, so I didn't like that, but I'm going to still use it for something. As you can see, my second one is a little bit better, and it's done. I've got two different tools here. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about today is how to get this design on here. And what I did is, remember I talked about tracing, and I flipped it on the box or whatever wood material that you have, and then you're going to rub it, and the lead or the charcoal will transfer onto your wood item. Okay, you could do this with your dresser drawers, recycling antiques. Oh, you can use Zentangle. I think I'm in love with this one burner that I have, and I'm going to show you the first one in a momento. Okay, this is the one I originally had, and I love this tip. I'm trying to get it so that this tip is a flat tip. This is good for shading, and it's been on for a while. You've got to be really careful. Put that rubber down so you don't burn your hands. From here on in, it's you could get really hurt, burn yourself. Okay, so, and then you just run that tool. As you can see, it makes a nice, and I'm still getting used to this camera. After about day 30, I'll probably be really good at this. But you could see that if you just push down a little bit and you run this burner, ta-da, you can make this whole tree has really thick branches that I'm going to outline. It's not that great, I realize, to do it on its side, like on an angle. I have done it, but as you could see, it leaves pock marks, and I don't like that. There is, and you can get this tool at Canadian Tire. I think I paid $30 for it. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bits or nibs. Where are we? Hang on. Okay. One day I'll have a studio where I can zoom in and do a better job for you folks. I'll take a picture and pop it up underneath, but there's one. I can't interchange and show you what these do because you need to cool off the iron before you put another nib on. This is for a fine line, and it's another flat. And my camera is going to be crazy again. Let's see, you get an idea. This one is my favorite. But I think I have another tool that's going to replace it soon here. I'll show you in a minute. This is for fine lines. And for scroll work, you know, like drawing your name or whatnot, it looks like a pencil tip. And it looks like a flower, okay? I'll try and post that, like I said. But for 30 bucks, you could go down and buy one and buy your wood or whatever. You could dollar store it with, they have small little boards and stuff like that. All kinds of stuff for like cheapo, right? Now, the one that I just got, the iron, it only came with one tip, and for some reason it arrived, and you might, some of you might notice what this is about, but it arrived just at the time when COVID started. I hate to use that reminder, but it was supposed to come with 27 ends and it didn't come with that. But I tried it out, my disappointment, and I realized that when it comes to scroll work, and when I talk about scroll work, it's these curly tips. There's a little dot there. It's from pushing down and then starting. Once you get warmed up, this gets a little easier. And you have to hold it straight up and down almost to get the effect without leaving too much of a burn. Okay? I will be working on this today, and I'm going to just tape this down. And I'm coming back up. I hope you found that useful, if not inspiring, because we need a lot of inspiration. The sun's coming out, spring is coming, I can feel it. My energy levels are going poof. You can go to Canadian Tire and pick one of these up. Next door, sneak over to the dollar store and just quickly pick up some, there's, I think it was, you could put your cups on. I forget what, at the top of my mind. Coasters, wooden coasters. I found those at the dollar store. Or you could pick up small balsa sheets just to experiment. And think about this. While we're indoors and we can make use of all this time. Like trade shows are coming up. Why not start investing in some of the materials and recycling them, decorate them, egg cartons, coffee cans, and with this burning technique, we can always find something to scroll on and to decorate and make really interesting, because all that anxiety about work and stress and whatnot, it's replaced. I really understand it's replaced by other things here too, but I'm taking all that energy and I'm transforming it here and learning a whole lot with you about the variety and it's like the density of arts, but not just that, our creativity. So I hope you found this really exciting, and I would like you to like and share it so that others could experience this time and inspiration. Share it for inspiring. Maybe you know somebody that could use this 30-day challenge, creative challenge. I know you do. Help me out. As a small business owner, it's great to see your faces, and I look forward to you part 2 tomorrow, when I will be talking about jewelry box. This is a jewelry box. And what I'm going to do, I have some busyness in the next couple of days, but while I'm burning this, and if I'm not done tomorrow, what we're going to do is tomorrow we're going to talk about what to do with the inside. You know, a lot of people look at this and go, oh, what do you do with it? What do you do with the box? Oh, I have some ideas for you. Hi, Janelle. And we'll see you tomorrow. Love you all. Mwah.